I seen somebody just type in Gunna's name. So Gunna gets spotted in Beverly Hills. This is Gunna right here and Kevin Lyles. Kevin Lyles, if you don't know, is the CEO of 300 Records. He's the one who was in court advocating for the release of Young Thug. He runs the record that YSL Records is, still in contractual obligation to. And here's the reality of it, okay? Them niggas from Cleveland Ave could be mad at Gunna all they want. Kevin Lyles, who was in court saying, oh, Jeffrey's such a great guy. I love him like a son. Listen, at the end of the day, it's all business. You know who Jeffrey hates right now while he's in a cell every fucking day of his life getting hauled back and forth to court? Jeffrey hates Gunna, okay? You know who doesn't hate Gunna? Kevin Lyles. Gunna's making the bread over there. The nigga locked up can't help you right now, man. The guy right now on 300 Records is Young Gunna Wanna, and that CEO don't give a fuck about snitching. Who cares about snitching when you getting paid? You get what I mean? And by the way, that's how it should be, bro. Like, these guys are record executives. I know everybody think this is Cleveland Avenue politics all through and out. No. This motherfucking CEO is very happy that Gunna is doing his thing. Now, here's the thing and this is a rumor I heard. I had heard this rumor that Gunna, it was supposed to, like, before he had put out music, he was looking at possible alternatives of getting off YSL. Why? Even though Gunna, Gunna's a slick nigga. He's acting publicly like he don't know Young Thug don't fuck with him. Like, he's acting like he don't know when a nigga's acting to the public like he don't know y'all ain't cool. That's what Gunna's doing. Gunna keeps posting pictures of him and Young Thug. Nigga, you ain't hear that fucking voice recording of Young Thug call you a fuck nigga and how he wants you to fail. Like, he don't fuck with you, but Gunna is just not gonna say nothing, right? At first, Gunna was looking into options, and I don't know how far the conversations went, but looking into options of possibly getting off 300 Records. Well, not 300 Records, but YSL. From what I hear, that would take some type of agreement on the part of Young Thug, and there was just a standstill on it. So, I think they came to an agreement that that Gunna could put out music, because what happens if Gunna's putting out a song, even if Young Thug don't like him, technically Young Thug's label, YSL Records, has to approve it, and then the parent label, 300, has to distribute it. So Thug could essentially block all Gunna's music. Obviously, if it gets to that point, it's going to be some Megan Thee Stallion shit. They're going to be in court. But, shit, it's, at the end of the day, no matter, even if they think he's a snitch or disloyal, it's business. So YSL Records, the company, it's in their responsibility to put out his music. So they're not blocking his music, but trust me, they're not fucking with that nigga. However, who's definitely fucking with him is the nigga he's lining their pockets, which is Kevin Lyles. And shit, I see nothing wrong with this. Kevin Lyles, do your thing. And I think people should learn a very important thing about, calling your record label your gang, or calling your record, or thinking that because someone is saying something that is in business, that has a business advantage to them, it don't mean that they're supposed to be loyal to you, right? My man Gunna went from saying YSL the gang to YSL the label. He don't give a fuck. The checks are still getting cut, so who cares? So salute to Gunna. I'm interested to see how everything turns out. I know some of y'all believe I'm hating on him. I'm definitely not hating on him. I like Gunna. I don't really care like that. I am making a prediction, though. I do think that just because every rapper that's supposedly street, especially from Atlanta, that I've talked to, they're all vehemently like, yo, we fuck with Slime, and they ain't fucking with Gunna. Like, I've not heard one of them. You know what I mean? They might not say it publicly, but that's the sentiment when I've had any conversation with them. And here is what they also say. They're like, yo, listen, the way how Atlanta works and the way how, like, that ecosystem, even though I think, Gunna's living in LA now. He's not living in LA no more. The way how that ecosystem works, they don't believe someone like Gunna survives if the streets or street rappers don't fuck with him. So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, I do think it's gonna hurt his career a little bit, but will he be like fucking like homeless with a cup begging? No. He'll always be fine. He's a talented musician. But will he ever get back to the heights of, DS Forever? I probably would say no. Unless Thug, grants him immunity from snitching. DC producer said, I can see the Grammy Academy giving him one to upset the industry. I'd be surprised if Gunna got that, just because, not saying he can't. So the way how the Grammy works, if we're supposed to go by the rules of the Grammys, is that the Grammys they have rounds, right? And then they have collections of people who vote on the rounds, and then there's different people for different rounds. But at the core of somebody getting a Grammy means that, I know we think that it's white people picking it or people that's just culturally oblivious. They do set they with a group of other people set the categories and which songs are eligible. But the voting of who wins or who gets nominated is done by the culture, supposedly, right? And if it's done by the culture and all of these, especially older guys, claims they're anti-snitching, I would imagine Gunna doesn't get nominated if they're claiming they're anti-snitching. Again, it's not about the music, because usually a lot of these people, they're trying to stand on some cultural principle or hip hop traditional shit. Even if they're voting for music, like it's like niggas like Ebro. It's like they care about. They're not judging the actual music anymore. They care about how niggas is doing shit. They're like, oh, that they disagree with the morals part of it than other shit. You know what I mean? So, but who knows? He might get nominated. Shit, if you ask me, does Gunna deserve to be nominated? I seen somebody say something recently, and they basically said, yo, hot take, but like Gunna had the motherfucking hottest, had the hottest album this summer. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Oh, I think it was Trinidad James. Trinidad James says, yo, please stop saying the summer was boring. That's a lie you want to make true. Gunna saved it for male hip hop. God don't make mistakes. I think Gunna had probably the best summer. That's true. Definitely had the song of the summer. Saying the summer was boring, I still think that's a thing, because people are usually seeing the top artists compete for either song of the summer or run in the summer, right? Like, it's the reason why, DJ Mustard was like, yo, he's ran 10 summers. Like, there's something about summertime and having a hit during that time that usually make those songs kind of like almost immortalized. It's like, Chris Brown had a few of them joints that like you would hear at every cookout, hear at every day party. Yeah. The summer was kind of boring because it was only females. Like, most of the main rappers, they weren't putting out a lot of music. It was just the females talking their shit. And yeah, the females did good. I think for female rap, it was very exciting. Actually, for the last year or two, for female rap, it's been really exciting. I'm not going to say this was indicative of anything to do with hip hop. What I'll say is that, honestly and truthfully, I just believe that the lit rappers didn't drop. You know what I mean? I can't judge them if they didn't drop, right? Like, if it was a summer that, say, Future was dropping, say Young Thug was free and he was dropping, say Drake was dropping an album or a summer album, or, you got Drake, you got, shit. I mean, we did get Travis in them, but I don't know, like, nothing seemed to culturally, like, I don't know. I guess it was a little bit weird, but I'm blaming it on the timing didn't line up with the heavy hitters dropping. Whenever the heavy hitters drop, shit changes. Somebody said Barter 16. Well, Barter 16 is on the way. Apparently, it's been turned in. It has been turned in.